Sometimes I feel I've got to run away, I've got to get away from the pain you drive into the heart of me. The love we share seems to go nowhere. Doctor, what are you doing? I'm singing, Rose, and I'm dancing. Oh my god, you're worse than Mickey on a karaoke. Choose another song, Doctor. Alright. Keep your hair on. I'm addicted to you, because you know that I'm toxic. Hello Whovians, and welcome to my latest Doctor Who review, where today I review The End of the World, which is the 158th Doctor Who story, and the second story to star Christopher Eccleston as the 9th Doctor. Okay, The End of the World. Well, the basic plot is as follows. The 9th Doctor takes his new companion Rose to the year 5 billion to see the Sun expand and destroy the Earth. The observation deck space station Platform 1 is holding an event with the richest beings of the time observing the Earth's destruction, but mysterious metal spiders gifted by the adherents of the repeated meme to the other guests are secretly infiltrating and sabotaging the station. Okay, The End of the World. Now this one is one that I've never really gone back to that much, to be honest. I've always regarded The End of the World as kind of the weakest of Christopher Eccleston's era. Not that I hate it or anything, but it's the one that kind of never stuck out to me. I think the problem with this episode is it just feels dull in a lot of areas. Like, it's certainly well put together, but I think there's not much of a plot to this episode. It takes 20 minutes for it really to get going. I think the episode drags as a result of its poor pacing. The script is decent with the characters, like with the Doctor and Rose. There's a lot of tensions there, and she's still not sure if she really trusts the Doctor as of yet, and there's a bit of bickering going on back and forth. There is a chemistry there, and then at the end of the episode he does start to be more honest with her, and he reveals that he's alone and that all of his people are dead. The Time Lords have died in the Time War, and Rose starts to feel a bit more sorry for him, but there are some tensions in the beginning. Like, I think the aesthetics of the episode are fantastic. The makeup and special effects are terrific. The tree creatures look really cool. The Moxa Balhoun, the face of Bo, and especially Cassandra, they all look fantastic. They really do look good for 2005. And the production design, the set is really well done for the Platform 1, the space station, which I really do like. And there's quite a lot of exterior CGI shots in this episode. I mean, they might be a bit dated now, but at the time they were pretty good for a TV budget, and it definitely gives the episode a sort of a cinematic feel, I suppose. And there is a nice scene when Rose rings her mum, Jackie, because the Doctor buzzes his screwdriver and does something to her phone to give a signal, and she calls her. Obviously, Jackie it's in the past. Jackie's in the past, but Rose is in the future. She is still able to call her and say hi and everything. I thought that was very sweet. That was a very nice moment. Murray Gold's soundtrack is also very good as well. I think the music for the episode is great. Considering that the episode is called The End of the World, I didn't really feel the stakes, and I think that was the problem. This should be a really epic episode, and it just doesn't feel like it. It just feels like there's not enough story for this to feel grand for me. Like I said, it's not a badly written episode, and it's entertaining in its places, particularly in the second half when shit starts to go down, when the Cassandra's robot spiders start to lower the defenses of the shields, and then the sun starts to burn through the glass, and there's a really intense scene when Rose is stuck in a room and she's about to be burnt alive by the sun. I mean, that is pretty damn scary. And also the character of Jabe. I quite like Jabe, the tree woman who helps the Doctor. She doesn't have much of a character, but I think she's well played by the actress, and her death is it's really quite graphic. She gets burnt alive, which is really sad. I mean, they don't show it extensively gory or anything, but they show her hands getting burnt, and it's as tame as they could be, I suppose. But that is a bit like, whoa, oh god, that's pretty horrific to watch. Powerful how she gives her life for the Doctor when he's trying to go across to the other side of the fans. I think Christopher Eccleston is good in this episode. I don't think he's as good as he is in the first episode, but I love it when he starts dancing to Tainted Love, which I obviously parodied at the beginning of this video. I think that's hilarious, and he does have some funny moments, but he's definitely more serious in this one. And Billie Piper gives a very sensitive performance as Rose, and I like the fact that she does question the Doctor, even though she ran off with him into the TARDIS. She's still not sure if she made the right decision. And I think by the end of the episode, she realises, you know what, I feel sorry for this guy, and I'm going to stick around and help him feel less lonely. So Rose starts to realise that the Doctor is a good person. He's all alone. He's got nobody else. And she takes pity on him in that regard. And I love the character of Cassandra, this massive piece of skin. You know, she's been labelled as the last human who was who'd come from Earth up to Blackwall 1. But she's managed to preserve herself and stay alive for thousands of years because she's been stretched to this piece of skin. She has people moisturising her to stop her from crumbling. And of course, we all know what happens in the end when the room is too hot and Cassandra explodes. But I think Zoe Wanamaker, it gives a great vocal performance for Cassandra. She's a very good actress, Zoe Wanamaker. And there's a great scene between Rose and Cassandra where they argue with each other about who is the last human. And Rose wins the argument, obviously. She's like, she says, you know, you're just a piece of skin. You're just this bitchy piece of skin who's left with nothing. I'm actually human. I'm still here. So I'm the last human. And it's an interesting debate. And obviously, Cassandra will return in the David Tennant era. But it's an interesting beginning to Rose and Cassandra's rivalry, I guess you could say. But like I said, the story, there isn't much to it. And like I said, I found the first half of the episode honestly quite boring. It didn't really seem to go anywhere. And then the Doctor and Rose are kind of separated for most of the episode, and I don't think Rose really got a lot to do in this one, which was a real shame. I thought Rose was honestly kind of wasted, if I'm going to be honest. It's okay, like I'd probably give it a pass, but there's some funny moments. It looks fantastic, but the script, there just isn't much there for me, and I don't know. I just couldn't get much out of it. The CGI with the little spiders, they're okay. They're quite good. There's certainly a good spectacle about it, seeing all the aliens that are there and everything. The direction by Euroslin is good, but I think Russell needed to work on the script for this one. I think the script for this one, it just needed more. It just needed more in the story. But overall, I just didn't get much out of The End of the World. It's not a bad episode. It's not terrible. I give it a pass, but there could have been so much more about this episode. It's probably my least favourite Christopher Eccleston story, but it's not terrible. Like, it's perfectly okay, but I think there's far better in this series yet to come. So overall, I'm going to give The End of the World a passing mark of 6 out of 10. Anyway, that's my review of The End of the World. Please leave your comments down below, let me know what you think, and stay tuned next time when I review The Unquiet Dead. So until next time, I'm Mr. Tarnus11. See you soon. Bye for now.